Well, welcome to the realm of Millenia. For I am your host, the MILLENIANmailmen. This week, 44 Devil's Advocate hot takes. Self-talk. Self-actualizes the good and bad from your mind into the reality of your life. Manifestation attracts the life that you think you want. But generally, that life you want only comes after the infestation of sugar ants attracted by the smell of that perceived success. So stop spoiling or pre-harvesting your just desserts, because it all is going to be there for you in the end if you're going to be manifesting. You gotta stop ruining it and getting rid of what you sowed so you can actually reap it. Because all of these things aren't new. They're things that were always there to begin with. You just need to hunker down, wait it out in some cases. In other cases, you need to get rid of the weeds in your field of awesomeness, right? And it's for those reasons that self-talk and self-actualization of your goals and things you want in your life is more of a masculine trait, and manifesting is the talk of the town in these girl sectors because it's more of a feminine thing and quality of expectation of life. Right? And now that the YouTube short is over, let's get on. Well, welcome for the realm of Millenia. Be ye man, woman, child, spirit, creature, or that's right, a demon, be ye a native migrator, or maybe even some sort of invader. Welcome to this hot take hump day. I am your host, the MILLENIANmailmen, and I'll be world building for you long after you've already begun to acclimate and fit in. So go ahead, sit back, relax, and please do enjoy this hot take hump day. Week 44, Devil's Advocate hot take. Yes, I already said it. Week 44, the debate is pretty much self-talk versus manifestation. Self-talk is more masculine, manifestation is more feminine, despite the word man being the very first portion of manifestation. I know, it's complicated, leave it alone. But yes, starting with this first half on self-talk and it being masculine, right? Self-talk and self-actualization, you have to act on it for it to come fully into fruition, but the first step is self-talk. Right? You have to talk to yourself to figure out exactly what it is you want, because you can think about something, but until you actually talk it out with yourself and hear it come out of your mouth, because even when I prep for these videos here on the YouTubes and I talk to myself, and by talk to myself, I just mean think about it. It's like I'll read it and I'm thinking about it, like, yeah, that makes sense. And then I self-talk it out and I'm like, that argument doesn't make it past my lips. It doesn't make sense, right? So you gotta talk it out. Be it that self-talk in the shower, instead of singing in the shower, I know everyone loves to do it. Self-talk it out in the shower and build up your argument in case you got to talk to yourself about something, or talk to someone you know and trust who's a stone cold wall so you can just bounce ideas off of and validate yourself. It's self-talk, right? You gotta speak it into existence. That self-talk self-actualizes the good and bad from your mind into the reality of your life, right? If you watched the Monday video, you'll have a better understanding of what I mean by that. If you haven't, please go watch the Monday video posted on the 13th and then come right back to this one. Right? But self-talk self-actualizes and it brings things from your mind into the forefront of reality. It sets you up for the future. So if you self-talk about body positivity, right? You're insecure about your body, the way your image and everything. Self-talk about your goals. Small goal, long-term, short-term, long-term goals. Set them. You already have in your mind what you want. I want that kind of body. I want that kind of confidence. Talk about it. Say that. Finally say it. Say it to no one else, say it to a mirror. You don't have a mirror, that's fine. Talk to your hand. You don't have a hand? Talk into the open air. Make it so you can hear your own voice. Breathe that into reality. Right? Self-talk self-actualizes what is on your mind into reality of your life. You have to first speak it into existence and let the world know, let the vacuum of space know if you have to, that, hey, this is what I want. Because self-talk is going to self-actualize those wants that you want into reality, meaning the only thing you got to do after you talk about it is act on it. You can act in subtle ways. You can just start pretending until it actually goes somewhere. I'm a pretend like I have a white credit score of 893. In reality, my credit score is like 520. What do these white people do, right? I'm going to self-talk like I am awesome, I am capable. I don't have the nepotism of a lot of these white people, but by golly, I am just as good. I know I'm better than most of these white folks. So guess what? I have a credit score of 820. What do these white people do? What do I got to do to actually have that number? I can't do that. I can do all of these things though, and that's going to be where we're going to start. Right? I can't do most of any of those, but I can do all of these things, and I'll start there, and I will change accordingly. Right? I can first stop spending so much and being a hoarder. I can stop being a nasty little piggy and stop eating out so much. I will make my own food. And when I can actually afford it, I will hire someone to make my food. Right? I have this good credit score. This is what I'm going to first start talking to myself about it. Right? Despite what anyone and everyone says about the toxic masculinity, men don't talk to one another. They don't need to, because men are generally self-talkers, right? They talk to themselves. They talk to other men as if they're talking to themselves, and that's why from the outside looking at it, from the outside perspective, looking at a group of men, it's like, I don't understand how they get along. How do men ever make friends when all they do is cuss and belittle each other? That is, honest to God, just a whole group of men self-talking, right? How can they get along after belittling each other all day and belittling other people? Well, guess what? Their mind is in reality. This is how they talk to themselves all day long. You're a piece of shush. Be better. Right? That's my number one thing. I hate when people apologize to me. So I say, don't apologize, be better. Meanwhile, me over here, I'm apologize at least 100 times every single day. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But the first time anyone tries to apologize, hey, oh man, I'm so sorry. Don't apologize, just be better. I'm not Jesus, I'm not Allah, I'm not none of that, but repent, right? Repent, as in just don't do it again. I don't care that you made a mistake, just don't make the mistake again, please. I don't want an apology, because low-key, all an apology means to... When I hear someone apologize a million times, all I hear is, I'm gonna do it again. I'm so ready to do it again. I'm not gonna learn from my mistakes. I'm gonna do it again. Just like this, just maniacally rubbing their hands together like they're doing a dastardly scheme. Like, can you please stop rubbing your hands like you're a fly about to throw up on everything all over again before you start eating? Every time you stop moving. Can you stop? It's disgusting in more ways than one, right? I hate when other people apologize to me. great, we addressed it. Don't apologize the second time. Just don't do it again. Right? Because the time you spend apologizing, you could be fixing the mistake or moving on to the next thing, or making plans on how you're not going to make this same mistake again. Right? The reason I apologize a million times, believe me or don't, is that my family has raised me to finish what I started. So by the time, whenever I get to the point where I am apologizing, the thing is already done. So I have to go apologize to be like, is it possible to redo this? No? Yeah, I'm so sorry. I already finished the entire set of 1,000. Yeah, I finished all of that. It is all done improperly. Can we please redo it? No, we can't. We just have to. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm gonna apologize a million times. It's like, yeah, I know it can't be redone, can it? Yeah. Oh, it can be redone? Great. I'm gonna go get started. I'm gonna apologize twice more when I finish. Okay? Right? But that's the intrinsic difference. Most people aren't like that. They're not gonna finish and apologize that same way. They're going to stop everything, try to get 1,000,000 apologies in before we continue. Like, we still have a deadline to make. Please finish the task and then apologize, if ever at all. Because I prefer you not apologize and just not make the mistake again. That's it. Right? Why waste my time, your time, and my patience on top of that when you could just not make the mistake again? I hate apologies. Right? But I digress. Self-talk self-actualizes the good and bad from your mind into reality. So if you are such a self-loathing person, like many men are, you're talking down to yourself, right? That's one of those bad things from your mind taken into reality. A lot of men out here are getting trapped in this cycle of self-hate and just external hate that they internalize, which goes into their mind. They self-talk it into existence, and they perpetuate this narrative of, I'm a terribly sucky person. So guess what? They're stuck in this cycle loop of infinite void where they're a terrible person, I'm a terrible person. Everyone knows this, I know this. They're telling me they know it, and I'm never going to be a better person because I'm suck. Right? Well, the first step to getting off that cycle of hell path destruction would be, hey, self-talk, like have your own self-worth and talk better about yourself. You know what? I'm not going to be a rapist. You know what? I'm not a terrible human being. I'm going to start being a good person. I'm not going to be racist. I'm not going to be a misogynist. I'm not going to be a homophobe. Just let me tell 5 more sexist, homophobic jokes, and then I'm done for good. Cold turkey. You'll never see it happen again. Right? You have to first self-talk before you can self-actualize these things. Right? But of course, a lot of people don't. So they'll just take it in and they'll self-talk their way into oblivion and total destruction. I'm a terrible human being. I have toxic masculinity intrinsic that I can't possibly change. Instead of saying, you know what? I do agree. I have toxic masculinity, but it's not intrinsic. I learned that behavior, and I'm a terrible human being for doing that. Let me begin the process, self-talk, and self-actualize the good things into reality. I am not a misogynist. I will never be a rapist, and we will move forward from here. What are the steps and things we got to do, right? But no, a lot of people who dress, you know what? I'm so deeply ingrained in toxic masculinity. There's no possible means I could ever follow through with to make this better. I'm just a piece of shit. All men are trash. That's right, all men are trash. Guess what? From that day on, there will never be anything more than trash. And that right there started the villain arc. Oh, you thought they needed a terrible backstory? No, they just needed to start down the rabbit hole of negative self-talk, diminished self-worth, and self-loathing. And here we go, villain arc created. He wasn't broken up with, he didn't have a tragic thing happen to him that initiated the process. No. Self-talk, self-actualize, I'm the villain now, and everyone's gonna fucking deal with it. Pardon the language, right? But it's a masculine trait. And that's why. So there's that first half. Self-talk, self-actualize is the good and bad from your mind into reality. So, into the reality of your life. So, one of the first steps to being a better person, a good person, a better person than you were yesterday or even are today, just for tomorrow, self-talk the good and shy away from the bad. Don't associate yourself with the bad. At least, bare minimum, associate those bad things from your mind to other sources. Blame the world for the problems and address yourself as good. People in podcasts and everything, you know what the problem with this generation? They all blame the world for their problems. They did it instead of taking accountability. I was like, okay. Let's recognize one of the ways you can start taking these beginner steps is pushing out those bad things and accepting the good onto yourself that you can self-actualize and start to begin those things. The problem that needs to be addressed is that people who do that blaming generally don't fully accept those good on themselves and act on them. Keyword, act on them. Like a lot of people who project the problems onto everyone else and the rest of the world don't ever actually start moving and identifying and operating in the way of those good things. I'm a good person, but I will refuse forever and ever after to do a good thing in my life. Right? I'm a good person, but I refuse to do good person things. Right? That's the difference. Right? That's what we call a hypocrite. I'm a good person, but I want to see you dead, like today, right now. Will you do it, or are you going to force me to do it? I'm a good person, but I am not opposed to being forced to do a bad thing. Are you opposed to doing good things? Also, yes. So you're not a good person. It's not just the fact that you're not going to stop doing bad. It's the fact that you're not going to start doing good, right? Self-talk, self-actualization. Action goes with it, right? And that's what makes it a more masculine trait. And it's because it is a masculine trait that this whole idea and concept of this toxic masculinity style goes hand in hand with he's a hypocrite. They're not following through. Like there's the step one of the self-talk, the next step of self-actualization where you get that mental image, you talk your way through it, you set the goals, and then the last step of acting on it. You may not know fully of how you're supposed to act on it, but once you have those goals in mind and you actually maneuver yourself and look at those goals as your guiding light, I promise you, things will start to line up with, okay, if this is my goal, I can clearly see this is the path I'm going to take. I'm going to take the scenic route, but the scenic route is still the way that goes in the direction of that goal. Obviously, I'm not going to take the swamp water path straight into the abyss if I'm supposed to be taking the staircase to heaven, right? I'm going to take the scenic route to the elevator, and I'm going to slowly take 1 billion years, right? There's an elevator there. I don't like that. I get motion sick. Escalator. I'm going to take the stairs. that stops every few levels. You know, the stairs that make it easy to hit a water fountain or two. I can hit a vending machine, pop a couple. The elevator, it's a long distance all the way up there. I'm not sure if I can take it. The escalator, there's no stopping on the escalators. It's just a straight, and on the escalators, I see all the way down, right? At least on the stairs, when I look down over the edge of the railing, it's a conscious choice. I could choose to take the stairs and be as close to the wall as possible, and the furthest distance down I see is the other side of the stairwell. I can just keep turning back to the wall and just go in over, right? So I'm gonna take the scenic route on the stairs, and every time I hit the next floor, I'm gonna take a break. Sit on a little comfy chair in the little break room by the water fountains and stuff, and the vending machine. Right? Because the elevator is a bit too fast. I get motion sick. You can make whatever excuse you want. The escalators, it's a long way down. Right? I don't want to. If I choose to say screw it, I want to go back down. The escalator, it's no choice. I'm going to hurt myself trying to go back, and I always want to have my options available and open. So I'm gonna take the scenic route on the stairs. That's going to tire me out and stress me out daily, constantly, at least until I hit the next floor, right? But point still stands. That's why it's more of a masculine trait, because there's 3 steps to this process. You have to speak it, and then set your goals, and then act on them. And you can act on them however you want. Oftentimes, people choose the way that doesn't cut off the second opportunity to turn around, as in they're not taking the escalators. And they generally disdain taking the quickest, swiftest elevator up, because the danger is, what if the cables on the elevators has me fall right down? It's like, if you go like that, if you're that scared of danger, in such an unlikely scenario, I recommend you just take the stairs, right? The stairs gives you that option back unless, oh my gosh, a bulldozer comes and knocks out the thing, in which case the entire stairwell is coming down. You know what? I'm just going to stay on the ground. That is not what okay, whatever, right? Self-talk. Self-talk, right? But that's just the first half. The second half, which is the manifestation, the more feminine quality aspect, lifestyle to success, and doing whatever it is you want to do with your life. Manifesting. Manifestation. Manifestation attracts the life you think you want. Right? Manifesting. Manifest destiny. Manifesting this. Manifesting that. We go on all these girl gurus, and you hear about manifesting, speak it into existence. A lot of that is just merging the two. Manifesting is more about just those first 2 things, right? You don't necessarily have to act in order to get the things you're attracting, right? It's less about self-actualizing as it is projecting, right? The core focus of manifesting is projection, because manifestation is more about that law of attraction, that magnetic attraction of that thing you think you want, right? So under manifesting, it's like, hey, I believe I want this. Now I'm going to get my energies and all my chakras right, and I'm not going to go out of my way for nothing. All the things will come to me. Manifestation says, as long as I'm proper and a good person, right? Doesn't matter if good, it doesn't matter if I'm bad, it doesn't matter if I'm worthy of it or not. It just matters that I'm in the right place at the right time, because that's how manifestation works. Manifest it, right? As long as I manifest it, everything will come to me. I'm going to manifest myself in the life of a rich hill figure. I'm going to manifest my life to be in line with, I am the sexiest, hottest mofo, famous person on this planet, at least in this town, okay? I'm going to manifest all the things I want in my life. And the more you manifest, the more things align with that lifestyle. So for this example, I'll say I'm going to manifest a rich hill-figure lifestyle where I'm famous and everybody loves me, right? Not too specific, not too basic. Rich hill-figure lifestyle where I am famous, basically a celebrity, and everyone likes me. All right? Along with that comes the lifestyle of I'm rich and famous comes with criticism. The lifestyle and you aligning yourself to attract that lifestyle. I am famous, meaning a lot of people know of me, means they're all eyes on me. I'm going to be seen. I'm a celebrity. So people want to hear my opinion so they can act on it. Is that everyone likes me, meaning people are going to look at me, take my word as the holy grail. I'm going to be an idol icon, right? I'm rich, famous, celebrity. Everybody likes me. So meaning I'm going to be the narcissistic center of the universe, and I am going to make or break everything in the world. Guess what? Manifestation says when you attract that kind of lifestyle, you get all the things with it. With the rich famous, you get rich hill figure problems. With that famous aspect, you have all the eyes associated, and when people like you, they'll act on your behalf. Be it for the good and be it for the bad, right? So depending on you being a good or bad person, the whole world around you is going to start acting for the good reasons or the bad reasons based on how you operate, how you're aligning your chakras, how you get your spirit and astrologies and all the things. When you're in alignment with this, guess what? When you attract that lifestyle, all the consequences associated with these particular things directly influence. Because with manifestation, you don't have to be bold, you don't have to be confident, because all the hyenas, the piranhas, the vultures are going to intrinsically equally be attracted to you, right? That's also in that aspect. Manifestation attracts the lifestyle you think you want. If you think you want to be rich, famous, and well-liked or known, you're going to have those rich, famous, known problems. You're going to have those rich, famous, known enemies. You're going to have those rich, famous, well-known, idolized, idyllic problems. You're going to have all the problems associated with an icon like that. You're going to have all the haters. You're going to have all the trolls. And all those other infestation problems, right? When you're manifesting and attracting, you're magnetizing, guess what? You're also going to attract all those sugar ants, all those pelicans, hashtag Finding Nemo, mine, that are following and chasing after those very same things, right? Because you're manifesting while you have other people doing the rat race, like, hey, all the rich money, all the rich famous things are heading in that direction, follow it. And when people realize that the things they're trying to chase after and move, they're going to get ahead of it and be like, oh, they're coming to her. Oh my God. Surround her. Hey, so you're not going to forget about me. I know you don't know me, but I'm the vulture and I've been following that pile of gold for decades. Pay me a few reparations or something. Do I know you, ugly Jabba the Hutt? No, but I'm not just going to let this pot of gold I've been trying to chase after forever. I'm not a leprechaun or anything, but I've been stalking this pot of gold, and I am going to harass you until I get let me get a piece. Okay? No, I attracted a rich, famous, cutesy, sexy lifestyle, and you're going to have cute, sexy problems. Drop them drawers. Jabba the Hutt, get the fuck out of here. Okay? Right? I'm a 10 out of 10. I'm a 10 out of 10. Well, guess what? 10 out of 10 means everybody likes you, including the rapist. So you better turn yourself to a 9 out of 10 so I can get gone. Otherwise, you're going to have 10 out of 10 problems. Right? I understand that was a bit far, but let's be real. Let's be real. That's the kind of problems you're going to attract. I'm a 10 out of 10. Guess what? That means absolutely everyone likes you, including the people who have no restraint. Like Jabba the Hutt over there. Get over here and let me get a piece. On second thought, I want to be a 9 out of 10. I'm going to attract a 9 out of 10 lifestyle where I like, most people like me. Whatever number gets Jabba the Hutt out of here, you know what? I want to be someone who's only attracted to women. I'm going to align myself with this. So I'm going to intentionally make myself ugly so that only fellow women who understand what this level of ugliness looks like knows how beautiful I am underneath. Get the hell out of here, Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt, get the fuck on. Right? Thank you. Now with my ugly mascara on, all the fellow girls, women can see that I'm still a 10 out of 10 underneath all the facade of ugly that I put on here. Is Jabba the Hutt gone yet? Okay, he is gone. Thank you. So despicable. Jabba the Hutt, nasty as fuck. Alright? But that's what manifestation is. Manifestation is attracting the lifestyle you think you want. But little do people recognize, more than just the things you want is going to equally be attracted to you when you're aligning with that kind of lifestyle. Right? In this example, I had that rich, famous icon thing there. So you can easily swap it to, I am the prettiest girl in the world with all the best opinions and yada yada yada. Right? All the things of problems associated with you, the prettiest mother sucker in 1,000 miles, is going to be associated to you. If you're the hottest piece of meat in 1,000 miles, the people aligning themselves, self-talking, or manifesting that they're with the hottest thing in 1,000 miles is going to be coming after you too, right? That infestation. When you attract that lifestyle you think you want, the things that intend to be a parasite, a leech, or a sugar ants infesting on that kind of thing, hey man, you're attracting those nasty vultures. So you gotta do what you gotta do to keep those infestations away. Right? When you align with that lifestyle, you also have to align with protecting yourself from the undesirable aspects of that lifestyle. Right? One of the mainly super predominant things since 2020 that people have been talking about in the girls sector was that we're all building our self-worth, our self-confidence, our understanding and education, but we don't at all, even in the slightest, not even 1%, like the problems that we're realizing come with half of these things. Like, it doesn't make sense why we have to go through this. Well, instead of just building yourself up one by one, starting from the ground up, you were manifesting. So it's not necessarily that you wanted those bad things associated with it, but everyone understands that you were manifesting. You never stopped manifesting, right? You were manifesting this whole time. The magnet machine was never turned off. You were attracting gold nuggets after gold nuggets after gold nuggets, right? If you don't like the problem that associated with the gold, you should trade that gold for diamonds and keep it pushing. But you're not trading the gold for diamonds. You're hoarding the gold, and that's fine. Just understand, the gold fiends are still going to be fiending for gold. So you either trade out the things the thing you were attracting for the value that you wanted, or you're going to have to scrub and clean the dirt and mud off that gold. Just because you turned on the magnet machine doesn't mean the gum and crud on top of what you were attracting is going to magically disintegrate and not be with you. If your superpower is to attract gold nuggets within, say, a mile, every gold nugget within a mile of you gets attracted when you raise your hand. That means the gold from the dirt probably still has dirt on it. That means the gold in the pipe systems probably is going to uproot a few pipes and bring you pipes. I have no use for pipes. I don't want pipes. I just want the gold. Well, I'm sorry. Mr. Magnet Machine is attracting the gold. And if the other stuff, if the gold was baked into these metallic objects and just happens to be that way, I'm super sorry. But you're going to have to disconnect the other metal objects that was made in the gold, right? If there's a couple people wearing gold necklace and gold diamond chains and studded stuff on, and you used your powers, you low-key probably suffocated a few people, and there's now dead bodies attached to that gold you were attracting. I don't like dead people. I don't like dead bodies. I'm not going to desecrate this corpse I just made trying to attract all the gold. Well, guess what? You can leave that there, or you can detach the corpse, right? There are things you have to do. You don't have to go out and find what you want when you're manifesting. But you do have to recognize there is a sifting and separation process associated with manifestation. Manifesting, magnetism, you're attracting it. All you got to do is tidy up the space. Right? You attracted it, clean it off, keep what you want, or trade it for something else that you do want. This whole lifestyle is about attraction, right? Manifestation is attraction. You can either follow the directions and do what you're supposed to do after you've attracted this lifestyle, after you've attracted the things you aligned yourself with to start attracting. You can do the cleansing process and purify all the dirty stuff that came your way. You can do whatever, but you have to do something, right? Manifestation comes with infestation, right? If you're manifesting houses, because for some reason, let's just say in another example, I'm a real estate agent. I want nothing more to manifest a whole slew of houses so I can flip them, and then I want to manifest a whole bunch of clients, rich hill-figure clientele to buy all of them, right? Manifest, manifest, manifest. Well, guess what? With all those houses comes the potential for termites and problems that you're gonna have to fix because you were manifesting properties to flip and resell. You have to fix the infestation, be it of termites, be it of squatters, be it of this, be it of that, be it legal issues. You gotta scrub clean and fix up, flip it, redo it, and sell it. I want to manifest some clients and customer bases, and I want them to be rich. Well, when you get rich people, you have these rich fakers who don't actually have money, and you gotta sift through the fakers. You gotta sift through the not so rich clientele and get to the real ones who will actually follow through and pay you. Otherwise, darn it, you just got scammed, right? There are going to be plenty of problems with whichever one of these two styles. You have that masculine way of self-talk, self-actualize, and act on it. Then you have the manifestation, you have this manifestation aspect of alignment, magnetism, clean, and potentially trade if you're not just going to keep it outright, right? That feminine way versus the masculine. Masculine says, I'm going to do all aspects of this work, starting with self-talk, determining the plan and following through with it every step of the way, versus that feminine manifestation way where I'm going to you don't even have to speak it into existence when you manifest, right? It's better if you do, but you just have to know what you want. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I'm worth. I know what I deserve. Align yourself with it. That's it. You don't got to speak it. Just align yourself with it in whatever way you feel necessary, whether that is through speaking it, whether it is just through a couple actions here and there. Just manifest, align yourself with it. Wait for it to come to you, because this is all about attraction. I'm a attract with this manifestation, and then clean up till you're satisfied with it, and do whatever the hell you want with it. Keep it, hoard it, trade it, whatever it is. That's manifestation versus self-talk. Excuse me. Right? So, self-talk versus manifestation, that has been the conversation for this week. 44, Devil's Advocate Hot Take. Self-talk self-actualizes the good and bad from your mind into reality of your life. Just got to make sure to remember you act on it in order for it to become the reality. And then manifestation attracts that life you think you want, but only after the infestation. So you got to shut up. But only after that infestation. So be wary of the sugar ants and other vultures and hyenas that will be attracted to the lifestyle you're aligning yourself with and attracting to you when you're manifesting. But the final note I'll have to say is that even though self-talk is masculine and manifestation is feminine, it's not exclusive like that. Any woman can participate in self-talk and get those benefits, and any man can participate in manifestation and get those benefits. The biggest problem with the two lifestyles is that they are intrinsically divergent. So it's incredibly hard for people to mix match self-talk and manifestation and actually get good results, right? You have a lot of people out on podcasts and selling this book or that book, this 12-step program, this 7-step, this 5-step, this 2-month program. They're going to tell you all of these things and try to get you to buy into these pyramid schemes, this scamming things and ideas, ultimately giving you mixed bag of signals without giving you the detailed ins and out. Even if you buy it, they're not going to give you the fully detailed, because they're leaving out a few pivotal things here and only leaving the nuggets of wisdom that could get you closer, right? They're going to mix match the self-talk disciplines and the manifestation styles without actually telling you these are two intrinsically separate things. And when you try to mix match them and expect good results, it probably won't work out the way you expect it to, because it wasn't. These intrinsically different things don't mesh well. You can't self-talk and actualize and then just expect it to come your way without acting on it. You can't attract things through manifestation and then believe that just acting on what you believe is the best way to go about it. No. When you manifest, you have to be patient. You have to wait for it to come to you. You can't just go out there, act on it, and be like, I don't know what happened. Manifestation, I was told that it was going to come to me. I just have to believe it's mine, and it is mine. So when I saw it in the distance before it came to me, I ran over there, grabbed it, and I got beat with the law book saying that I was stealing. Was it on your property? Did it come fully to you? No, I met it halfway. Well, you met it halfway in someone else's yard, in someone else's house, instead of after it got to you. So how many laws did I break? All of them. Right? People try to participate in the manifestation. They initiate manifestation. They start attracting it, and then they see it on the horizon like, yep, that's mine. I'm going to go get it. You have to be patient and let it come to you. Because the moment you start going out of your way, in the process of manifesting, by the way, the moment you go out of the way during the process of manifestation, you're going to screw it up. Right? Manifestation is more of a stagnant thing. You should not be moving until it stops in your area. If that thing is still moving, it's probably going to hit you like a freight train and leave you with medical bills. Right? Manifestation is all about it's coming to me. Why would you ruin what's coming to you by trying to impede its way to you? Right? Why are you trying to meet it halfway? The only thing you should be doing is setting up your defenses and stopping all the other things that shouldn't be from getting here. Right? Termites, get rid of them. Sugar ants, spray, 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 spray. Weeds, spray, 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 spray the perimeter. I don't want no weeds. The moment this nugget of awesome gold gets over here, I don't want no mud and thick. So you know what? I'm going to start buying all the cleaning materials. I'm going to get all the shining, I'll get all the polishing, I'm going to get all the stuff so that once it gets here, it gets clean and I can have some other person mop the area because I don't want no mud. I'm going to get it clean the moment it gets here, when it gets here. Because going out of my way, if I go all the way, meet it halfway, not in my space, not in my territory, where it's headed, oh no, oh my God. Is that a fully polished diamond soaring across the sky? You know, I looked up there 30 minutes ago. It was a mound of mud and rocks. It's a shining diamond. I'm going to take it. Right? You had a whole ton of people staring like there's a big old rock soaring in the sky. Then you met it halfway, started polishing it on your way to your territory, and you were wondering why people are trying to rob you. You're wondering why people are trying to hurt you. Before, people could have just assumed that someone threw a rock and it's going to hit you soon. Now, where the moment it landed in your space, they could have just been jealous and envious. Like, oh man, I can't take it from her without breaking laws and committing crimes that I'm going to get hurt for. It might be worth the risk, right? But now you're out of your territory. You're out of your zone. You're manifesting, but you're giving other people the opportunity to see what you're doing and giving them the opportunity to not break any laws, taking it from you. Oh, this thing was supposed to be mine. Why the hell did you tell everyone before it was yours then? Yeah, I'm about to inherit all this. I was doing good manifesting. Oh, really? How'd you do that? And the code was what again? What about your social security? Could that have played any roles? Yep, the 9 after the 1? I'm telling you, I'm taking, yeah, I'm going to manifest all the manifestations. And when is it supposed to arrive? I'm going to make sure my schedule is clear 3 days from now. It'll be at your place in 5 days? Yep. 3-4 days, I'm going to take off from work. All right, that's all. Yeah, I'm going to start doing this stuff. 7 days later, it was supposed to be here 2 days ago. Let me turn on the news, see what's going on. Someone stole my diamonds. They weren't your diamonds yet, loser. Right? What the hell are you manifesting for? If you're going to step out the process of manifestation, why the hell were you manifesting in the first place? Why? You just told the world your business and gave them your product. You put all that effort in and you basically made a wedding dress for someone else to get married in. You spent the money, someone else got married on it. They're not giving it back either. Why would you do that? Manifesting is all about the long game, be patient. But the younger generation now is less and less patient. They're ruining it for themselves. All these people in this lifestyle of manifestation are ruining it for themselves. And I can only pity the fool. Right? Because they're double dipping into self-talk and manifestation at the same time. I promise you, that does not get the results you think it will. Right? Self-talk is one lifestyle way to success. Manifestation is a wholly different process. It is possible to merge them, but it's not easy, let alone practical for a majority of people to do it, because the downsides of merging them is very hard to properly balance because they are so divergent from one another. But hey, that's just me, your Millennian Devil's Advocate. If you like what I have to say, leave a like. If you want to put your comments down, concerns, thoughts, and opinions down in the comment section down below, go ahead, do so, or reach me at MILLENIANmailmen@gmail.com. I check my email once a week. By all means, share the video for more exposure. And as always, subscribe if you feel like it, and dislike the video if you don't. But do please remember, peace, love, and happiness, all the best of things to you. This has been week 44, Devil's Advocate. Goodbye.